Smart contracts are, of course, an important part of crypto apps and protocols. Yet they are all gated to their individual networks and can't talk to each other or share much information. That, of course, is limiting in terms of their reach and scalability. That is until now, because the biggest advance in smart contract tech is here, and PARSIQ has come up with it. Welcome to PARSIQ's Reactive Network and Reactive Smart Contracts. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. Best of luck, as always, if you choose to invest. Just remember, I'm not a financial or investment advisor, which of course means this video is not official financial or investment advice. Let me begin by introducing the Reactive Network and Reactive Smart Contracts. So, imagine if you're playing a game on Avalanche, but most of your stablecoins are on BNB chain, for example. You want to use your stablecoins to buy a new weapon for the game immediately once you level up. With existing smart contract technology, this is impossible. Why? Well, first, one chain can't see the info on the other chain, and then there's the signature confirmation and requirement. You have to do that payment manually. Even oracles that do a lot of heavy lifting on sending data back and forth between on-chain and off-chain are of little help in this matter, because this is on-chain to on-chain from one chain to another. But it kind of feels like with all the cool things that crypto can do nowadays, this is something we ought to be able to do. An action on Avalanche, like leveling up when playing off the grid, should be able to trigger a purchase using your USDT on BNB chain. We've never been able to do this until now, because Reactive Smart Contracts, a huge tech upgrade in smart contract tech from PARSIQ, allows for it. Oracles bring info like Bitcoin price from off-chain to on-chain actions in smart contracts. And with Reactive Smart Contracts, the contract itself will be compatible and readable across all EVM. So an action on AVAX can trigger an action on BNB without having to pay gas to both networks to see it. That comes with the Relayer network. It's like Block Explorer for real-time data and an on-chain super oracle all in one. And there are three major pragmatic use cases for reactive smart contracts. Use case number one is DAO automation. And many in the industry think DAOs will grow and become a legitimate form of holding and operating a crypto project. An important part of this is governance, of course. The idea that the community decides on important issues of the protocol is, of course, vital to a DAO's effectiveness. So imagine if you could take a DAO vote on a governance issue. It doesn't matter what the issue is. Maybe it's a burn program or an increase in platform fees for users, whatever. It doesn't matter. Now, imagine if once the vote is done and the decision is final, a smart contract automatically kicks in to implement the new policy. Existing smart contracts cannot do that, but PARSIQ's Reactive Smart Contracts can. Plus, PARSIQ's Reactive Smart Contracts are written in Solidity too, which means that any developer anywhere in EVM can write this type of smart contract and implement at any compatible DAO, provided, of course, they vote in favor of it. Our second use case here is for you traders out there, arbitrage. And as a reminder, arbitrage is a risk-free trade. So for example, you can buy USDC on Optimism for, let's say, 99.5 cents and sell on Polygon for $1.01. That 0.6 cent potential profit on the same asset comes with no risk, as long as you aren't paying more in fees and bridging costs. That is a risk-free trade, and that is arbitrage. So you've probably guessed by now that if we can view and access cross-chain information for free, then we can look at DEX prices for lots of different assets, including ones that trade all over EVM. There are many possibilities here, including creating a trading bot that gets data from one network to trade on another. Or just look for, capture, and trade price differences with all info on chain and no seed for any off-chain components like oracles. The conditional logic here, which is where if A happens, then that triggers B, can even include from one smart contract to another. So if a liquidity pool that you like is now paying 20% instead of 12%, you can program and track for that. And then it automatically tells you or deploys your money depending on how you choose to set up your smart contract. It is intent-centric infrastructure. The apps work directly based on your own intent, like searching for a high interest rate in liquidity pools. It's pretty cool, and traders and DeFi users in particular are gonna love it. As we've mentioned before in other videos, PARSIQ is a leader in Web3 infrastructure. Those tools that all projects need. This is the picks and shovels mentality that we try to espouse really as often as possible. And usually we talk about tech tools when we talk about infrastructure in this way. But this use case for reactive smart contracts is way more practical, and it's something that all businesses need. Payroll services. Yes, every business needs a good system for how it pays its employees. And maybe as you watch this video, it's something that you're already familiar with. Imagine as a business being able to automate the process of managing payroll and actually making the payments. All automatically and all on chain, set for every month or every 2 weeks or whatever the pay cycle is. With a PARSIQ reactive smart contract, you can do this by setting it once. It is very simply set and forget. And it does it on time each pay period as long as the paying wallet has enough money in it. Plus, all the on-chain features of doing payroll allow for easier data management and documentation for the company. Now, think about if you are the employee. You know that just like the automatic ACH or SEPA, SEPA deposit in the US or EU, that the transfer will happen on time each pay period. It gives both employees and contractors more confidence in who they're working with and what they can pay you. Crypto projects can also set this up on a short-term basis with consultants in a smart contract for the amount and for the term specified. Their payments are then automatic as well. This is one way that reactive smart contracts help bring crypto payments to the same level of convenience that Western banking has done traditionally. But not only for Western countries, for everyone, no matter where they are. As more updates come in, we're going to have more videos on PARSIQ's reactive smart contracts. We'll also look at some great applications for AI and for gaming, so stay tuned for those. They're going to be coming up shortly. Check out everything new with PARSIQ's Reactive Network on the Reactive Network Twitter handle, at 0xreactive. Altcoin Buzz Alpha is proud to say that we now have a winning portfolio spread among different sectors, and additionally, we're also very well positioned to get into good IDOs. And if you're into passive income and airdrops, just check out the number that we've received until now. Add to that the original TIA airdrop and all the others that are upcoming. We've achieved this by giving several deeply researched and diversified calls. Just check out some of these numbers from December 2023, last month. And right now, the plan moving forward is to reallocate profits to low caps, to diversify into new segments, to keep getting bigger and better airdrops, to catch the latest trends like Bitcoin and Linea inscriptions, and to dollar cost average during market flushes. We just recently introduced a yearly subscription to Patreon, and you can take advantage of that because if you subscribe to that yearly plan for a limited time, you get 1 month's membership completely free. Check us out by clicking on the link in the description of this video and the pinned comment below.